Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. Wasn't scared of nothing neither. Didn't come in this world to be no slave. And didn't stay one neither. Okay. Welcome to Mount Vernon Forward Campaign Kickoff program. We are going to start with our guest speakers. We have one of the most powerful sisters here who is a senior citizen. That means that if you hang out with her, you can get on the bus for free. If we go with her to the movies, we can get popcorn half price. Dolores Mack is a citizen of Mount Vernon. Born and raised here in Mount Vernon, and knows what a successful Mount Vernon looks like. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, children who are present, thank you, Dolores Mack.
Hello, Mount Vernonites. Hello. Okay. My name is Dolores Mack, born and raised here 64 years ago, just 2 blocks away from here, born in a hospital. I've been a district leader here in the city of Mount Vernon for over 40 years, 40 years. I got some credentials, but I stayed behind the scenes, but I did campaign for the people who I felt will make the city better. A fact, I nominated Maureen Walker, her first, second, and third, and fourth term, but she didn't win the last term. But we know what we had, we know what we got now. I nominated Karen K. Watts, former city councilwoman for city council. I second the nomination of Lyndon Williams when he first ran for city council. I second his nomination. I got out my bed to second the nomination of Sean Patterson Howard, who's our mayor. I told my nephew he had to nominate her, I will second it. I nominated Billy Judge Edwards, who's been the city judge here in the city of Mount Vernon for the second term. I'm trying to figure out, it's been a long list of people, but those are some of the few. I'm here today because I'm sick and tired of being tired. I was going to give up the district leadership, but I said, no, I do care about this city. I love this city, and I still live here. We need some people who's going to work with all parts of the body, the legislator, the city, and everything, and the controller's office. I feel these 3 candidates, I'm not here today because these 3 candidates I feel will sit there and fill that void that's been missing for over 20 years with everybody working together. So please consider these 3 candidates. That's why I'm out here. I'm not looking for no political job, never did, because I don't believe in political jobs. Over 40 years ago, when I sat in Camilla Iboni's house, and she asked me to become a district leader, I said, long as you don't get paid, long as nobody tell you what to do, I said, I'll do it, and it's gonna make the city better. I've been doing it. The city's not like what I want, but I'm still hoping and praying that these 3 people that's running for city council will work with the new controller, the city council, and the mayor, because that's what it's about, and saving the taxpayers' money and running the city. The city could be better than what it is, but we all have to get together and voice our opinions and vote and attend these city council meetings. I've been going to city council meetings since my first city council meeting was 1976. And before the COVID, I was a regular there, sitting in the front and speaking. But anyway, I'm going to give the mic over to the next person, but please support these candidates, as I believe in a better Mount Vernon and these 3 candidates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. I look forward to hanging out with you in the movies where you can get me in half price popcorn. You know how much the popcorn costs at the movie house, everyone. Farewell, she sang to her friends one night. She was mighty sad to leave them. But she ran away that dark, hot night, ran looking for her freedom. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing neither. Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and didn't stay one neither. Next, we have from Jungle Restaurant. It's the proprietor of Jungle Restaurant here in the house? Well, that means that I'm going to go to the restaurant and bring Dolores back with me so I can get half price on whatever they serving up in there. I have an entrepreneur in the house, D.O. Simmer. Can D.O. Simmer please come to the stage?
It's Eileen. Eileen is next.
Eileen?
Yeah, Eileen. Eileen, yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Eileen. All right, fight the power. Eileen is a community activist. Come on through, Eileen. Sorry about that.
Sorry, no restaurant or anything.
I'll walk right. Okay. Come on, Eileen.
There you go. And I'm not even Irish. Morning, everyone. So glad to see you all here on this beautiful day. I'm Eileen Justino, and I have been an active member of this Mount Vernon community for over 35 years. I've worked on the Fleetwood Neighborhood Association doing events, and I'm a Democratic district leader, and I served on the city council for a brief period of time. So I understand what these candidates are looking to do. I'm currently president of the board of the Mount Vernon Educational Foundation. And as a volunteer, though, I understand that my goals have always been to move Mount Vernon forward. And today, and for the next 2 months, we all have the opportunity to help Mount Vernon move forward. I personally will be working as a volunteer coordinator with this team. And we need folks that are here, plus all those who are on Zoom, along with your friends and neighbors, to join us, because we all have the opportunity to elect 3 new city council representatives who will provide leadership, hard work, and put our community first. Ed Poteat is an urban planner, and Mount Vernon needs somebody who understands smart development. Too many projects have been forged in this city without regard for the betterment of our community. But Ed understands the needs of this community, and he also understands the needs of small businesses. This past year, he worked to promote businesses in Mount Vernon. Cathlin Gleason was born and raised here in Mount Vernon, and she's been volunteering in the community forever. Alongside her father, who was the fire commissioner. And currently she is president of the board of the CSA, which is the largest soup kitchen in Mount Vernon. And she is also a library trustee. So Cathlin certainly understands how to work closely with the community and understands their needs. Danielle Browne. Certainly a crowd favorite and a former basketball star and a Columbia University graduate. She is currently an attorney and has a business here in Mount Vernon. Danielle previously worked on the WNBA Dream Team in legal affairs, and she recently co-chaired the Police Reform Commission. So Danielle is dedicated to working with the community and the families here in Mount Vernon. What's most impressive, though, about these 3 individuals is their ability to work together. They have the knowledge and they understand each other's strengths, but they don't have the need to always be right. We've seen too much of that on the city council. We've seen too much infighting. We need people who can get along, who can work out their differences, who can communicate, negotiate, and just work together. So with that in mind, we know that we want to return decorum to City Hall, and we need Mount Vernon to move forward. So we need Ed Poteat, Cathlin Gleason, and Danielle Browne to represent us and put service before self. As one of the volunteer coordinators, I ask you to sign up and join us, whether you have an hour or 10 hours a week. Because if everyone here, plus all the people who have already signed up, join us, we can elect a new city council slate come June 22nd. The Mount Vernon Forward team of Ed Poteat, Cathlin Gleason, and Danielle Browne, 3 representatives who will serve the people of Mount Vernon. We need your support now, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. So city council meetings are the second and fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. And all you need to do is register by 3 p.m. to voice your opinion at 914-665-2332. It's very important that you sit in on meetings to know what is going on in your community. She ran to the woods and she ran through the woods with the slave catchers right behind her. And she kept on going till she got to the north, where those mean men couldn't find her. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing neither. Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and wasn't gonna stay one either. I bring to you Yulissa. She's an entrepreneur. I met her years ago when I wanted to do a Christmas toy drive with Black Westchester and People Before Politics. And she opened her restaurant to us, and it was a very, very successful event. Yulissa.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this event. I'm Yulissa Ferchi, being a long-time resident of Mount Vernon, and as well as the business. I ran the Alamo restaurant for around like 23 years, and I've been witnesses, the situation in the town, and I get involved. I'm actually own and operate a laundromat, a one-piece laundromat right here, 2 blocks away. And I also work with the census, and I reach out, like all the community, because Mount Vernon is a multicultural. We have here people from Venezuela, people from all Latinos, Brazilian, Portuguese, and I feel like I can be the voice for them and then get involved to the community because it's multicultural. We have Caribbean, we have all over the world. So I'm just here to support the candidates and then, the 3 leaders that I believe they will offer to this town a great town and successful. And especially now that we live in the pandemic, the business has been very bad. So I hope and I really believe they will help us to recover it and be a great Mount Vernon. Vote for them, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. "19 times she went back south to get 300 others. She ran for her freedom 19 times to save Black sisters and brothers. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing neither, didn't come in this world to be no slave, and didn't stay one neither, and didn't stay one neither. Danielle Terry is also an entrepreneur here, residing in Mount Vernon and working at City Hall. I present to you Danielle Terry."
Well, first of all, Wagwan. I wasn't prepared to speak, but I think it's I think it says a lot to have somebody from my age range, Danielle, because I feel like we've been overlooked for quite some time. I feel like we've been overlooked for quite some time, and whenever you go unrepresented, the things that you want and need for your community just don't appear to you. So alongside her, we also have Cathlin Gleason, someone who I feel. Right. You can't hear me? All right. I'm not used to this. I'm usually behind the scenes, but anyway. So with someone like Cathlin Gleason, we have somebody that's not only passionate but comes with a vision, and it has a true. I'm sorry. Give me a second. It's somebody that's idealistic and has a real. Give me a second.
We love you, Danny.
Okay. So, one thing I can say about Cathlin is her integrity is just out of this world. And I've just met you, and I must say, not only do you really inspire me, man. Like a black man that's not only educated, but he stands with a sense of purpose, and it's not a lot of that. Not a lot of that. And, I really admire you for that. Because one thing I can honestly say is that, unfortunately, I really do feel like in a lot of ways my community has failed me because of that. And so to have a black man stand up here and really stand on your square, I honor you for that. I honor you for that, because the next generation is looking at you, man. And I'm telling you right now, continue to stand and try. Yo, you got my vote. I put it like that. So other than that, thank you guys.
How's everybody doing today? Good? All right, so we're here celebrating these 3 city council candidates that are gonna come and help move Mount Vernon forward in a very, very fast direction. So I want to first introduce the first city council candidate we're supporting, Ed Poteat. He is an urban planner. He has a long history here in Mount Vernon, and I'll let him come and tell you why he's gonna come and what he plans to do for Mount Vernon.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, family. Good morning, family. Good morning. Here we go. I want to thank Cynthia, aka Slim C, for being a killer MC here. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank our campaign staff, Eric, Joe, Priscilla, and everyone that helped put this together today. Family, that I got to share something with y'all. I was having a conversation with my wife, and I've been married about 8 years now. And we were talking about our previous relationships and how bad that they were, and joking with each other. And it made me think about bad relationships that I stayed in. It made me think about, bad jobs that I stayed in, or bad friends that I kept far too long. And I was trying to figure out why. And I realized because I was afraid of change. I was fearful of change. And then I was thinking about here in Mount Vernon, our politicians, because they don't have solutions. So they peddle fear, false evidence appearing real, that they peddle fear, and they make us afraid of change. But I want to tell you something. I'm running for city council because I want to be a change agent. I'm running for city council because we have to change the reputation of this city. We're the jewel of Westchester, but we're known as its laughingstock. That I want to change that. That I'm running to change how we treat our firemen, our DPW workers, our police officers. They shouldn't have to fight for their paychecks. I'm running to change how we deal with our youth. They should have the same opportunities growing up that we had, and the same resources. I'm running to change how we treat our seniors. They're the kings and queens of our community, and they should have a wonderful quality of life. So I'm running to be a change agent. Cathlin Gleason is running to be a change agent. Danielle Browne is running to be a change agent. And not change around the margins. Real significant change in the city. I was campaigning at Mount Vernon East, and I was talking to voters about the change that I want to make. And this Latino brother came up to me and said, "Brother, you seem real hopeful." He said, "Why you seem so hopeful?" I've seen and heard from a lot of politicians or wannabe politicians about the change that they want to make. Why do you think you can do something different? You know what I told them? I said, why not? I said, why not? Hope is a gift that we get from God, right? Hope is why we wake up today and think that today is going to be different than yesterday. Hope is why we take that new job and enter that new relationship. Don't take my hope away from me. I believe in Mount Vernon. I believe in this city. We have the best people in the county. We have the most diversity in the county. We have the best real estate in the county. There's a lot going on here. And I've met a few folk that say, as soon as I get some dollars up, I'm leaving Mount Vernon. I'm out of here. And so today, after you hear these fancy speeches, our job is to go out there and let them know that change is coming, y'all. And to keep believing in Mount Vernon. We got beautiful people, wonderful people, hardworking people in Mount Vernon. All that they want, all that you want, all that we want is a city government that works. And doesn't work for themselves, but works for the public. So I ask for your hope, I ask for your belief, I ask for your energy, I ask for your faith as we go out there today and let the city know that change is coming. Thank you, y'all. Priscilla? Where's Priscilla? Come on up, Priscilla.
Shout out, Jess.
Let's go, Stella!
Oh my goodness. How many change agents in the building? Change, I can't, that was whack. How many change agents in Mount Vernon? Yes! I am honored to be aligned with such incredible people. All of them inspired me in so many different ways. And one in particular, Danny, don't get jealous. Where are you, Danny? No, not you, Danny, the other Danielle. Danielle. I'm introducing Cathlin Gleason, and I've only known her a short amount of time. But you know how they say you can know somebody for years and then you can meet somebody for a short amount of time and they make a great impact on your life. This woman has checked on me in every way, shape, or form through what I have been going through in my personal situation. Some people don't want to get involved in your business because they'll be like, you know what? When you ask them what are they doing or how they doing, they really don't want to know how you're doing because they don't want to listen to your business. But Cathlin actually takes the time to genuinely check on me. She has checked on me every single day, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. You're amazing. Cathlin has already worked for the library, dealing with their finances. She's incredible when it comes to that. She's already worked with our youth. She's incredible when it comes to that. She's investing in our seniors, has already a track record of doing that. She's incredible when it comes to that. And she is not a part of the infighting that is going on in our community. We have to move away from that. And I just want to give you a super duper shout out. I believe in you. I believe in Ed. I believe in you, Danny. You're incredible. And I just want to say we have to be a part of this change that's happening in Mount Vernon to move this city forward. I am an entrepreneur, a newly budding entrepreneur in this city. And what they bring to the table really and truly matters to me, personally, on a personal level. I know Danielle works with estate and will planning. And I have gone through a personal situation just recently where somebody who passed away, who was extremely important to me, did not have a will in place. These are the conversations and things we need to have in our communities that we do not have. Ed, he does everything with urban planning in our community. We need some change from what's happening. He already said it. Let's circle back to that. Being a change agent. It's easy to sit there and point the finger.
and talk about everybody. Because that's what you got a lot that's going on now in the community, people pointing the finger. But who is really out there making a difference in our community? And these are the people that's doing it. And they have affected me in such a special way. And I want to just say thank you. You got my vote. And let's go out and create change and move Mount Vernon forward. Thank you. Cynthia Sin City, is you coming back? Oh, Caitlin, come on.
I don't think I can let her walk away without me saying thank you very much. I cry at everything if people don't already know that. But I definitely don't shy away from the mic either. I think there's something that was said earlier today by Eileen Justino, where it's service before self. That is something that I have lived by my whole adult life. I walk from north, south, east to west of Mount Vernon. Okay, I love every part of this city. So many of my friends left, tell me, why are you staying there? Because I still believe in Mount Vernon. I believe that every single person that's here today, whether I know you or I don't know you, you're still a part of my family. Because when you leave Mount Vernon, you always meet somebody from Mount Vernon. And everybody's got that love. I'm raising my daughter here in the city of Mount Vernon. And she had an opportunity to say, oh, you want to move? She said, no, I want to stay. I wanted my daughter to have the diversity that Mount Vernon brings. Okay, we're all family. You guys are here to support us today. I'm so grateful for that. We will put service before self. There are no egos here. Ed, Danielle, and myself, I want to talk about Danielle. The crowd favorite. Something that Mount Vernon has not done, elected officials have not ushered the next generation to be leaders here in the city of Mount Vernon. I am not going to be a career council person. Danielle is not going to be a career council person. But I promise all of you today that I will usher the next generation. You're not going to put baby in the corner, dirty dancing, all right? Because our baby Danielle, she's going to rise to leadership here in the city of Mount Vernon, and you never know. You never know. Now, Ed, where's Ed? Ed is a master planner. That is something that City Council has not seen before. Yes, you've had people on City Council that were planning board members. He has the education behind him to be able to guide our city with developments. We need to preserve the green space we have here. We need to preserve our seniors being able to live in the homes that they have lived their whole life. We need to create programs for youth. All these kids that are out here, you're inspiring me. I have to do better for each one of you. This is what Mount Vernon is. With that being said, I love you all. I'm so very grateful. The speeches, Danny, inspiration. I love you for that. I think Danielle, myself, and Ed, we truly appreciate everybody that's been on our campaign, that has volunteered. Thank you so very much. And the next person up is Khalid David. Khalid? Here we go. All right. There we go.
Hello, you guys hear me? Yep. Oh man. Well, first, thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about the impact that some of these candidates have had. I'm Khalid David, local tech entrepreneur here, and the next speaker I want to introduce you guys to is Danielle. The conversation around the next generation of leadership is a conversation we hear about, but we often don't see work being done towards. And it takes a certain type of person to go out, get trained at world-class institutions, work for some of the best industry-leading companies, than to make a choice to serve their local community. And it's something that is absolutely essential
There's something about honoring the tribes that we come from that speaks to a level of leadership and a level of commitment that is easy to talk about, but it's much harder to be about. And for me, when I decided to come back to Mount Vernon a couple years ago, there were only a few, actually only one person that I really felt like I could talk to about, one, what brought me home, and then two, what it's like trying to serve at this level or trying to bring what you know to a place like this. And that was Danielle. We end up just talking for hours just about why we chose to serve our communities in the way that we did and why we chose to be invested in our community. I compare it to the way that sometimes you see grandma in my house get dilapidated, and that there's children in that family who could be bringing their skills to bear to keep that value and to keep that value in our family, and how difficult of a choice it is to be committed to that. Not only that, but as an entrepreneur, as a person who builds business, as a person who creates jobs in their own communities, it takes another level of commitment to your community. Not only are you saying that, hey, I'm going to bring my skills to bear here, but also I'm going to actively create economic engines for my community every day. Yes. I'm going to go out and drive business and increase the tax contributions. I'm going to create jobs and internships and opportunities for the next generation. Yes. It's difficult work. It's really hard work. And today we're not only honoring the commitment to that spirit, but we're honoring those who do the work. And to do the work is so much more than lip service. I've heard for generations, I've seen many political campaigns, we need to do something for young people. We need to do something for the young professionals. We need to do something for the people in their 30s who are making good money, who could be investing in parks, who could be buying homes, who could be doing those things, but then actually doing that work sometimes seems evasive. And I think 2020 taught us more than anything how much we depend on our families, how much we depend on our tribe. I mean, I can't speak to all of y'all, but I know a couple families consolidated. Grandma Ma, she couldn't, 2020 hit her too hard. Your nephew had to come back and live. And, you know, it really forced us to really press into our tribes in a way that we have never done before. And it reminded us how important it is that we're building community, and we're building community here. The homegrown, before she was out there crushing it in the world, she was crushing it on the courts in Mount Vernon High School. You know what I'm saying? Before she was closing deals, she was working with her parents when they got their first home and they became homeowners and they achieved their part of the American dream. So when we see young people like that, when we see people honor that tradition, we too must honor them. And we must honor that work. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to the fan favorite, the lady that grew up the block for me, who's still feeling it, Miss Danielle Browne.
You're not right. Oh man, so those who know, okay, all right. Point proven. Those who know me know that I'm not, a huge speaker. But I'm so grateful for everyone standing out here. I know there's a little breeze. If it hits you the wrong way, it can get a little chilly. So I appreciate everybody coming out. But I think, it's important what we're doing today. And it's important that we bring change to our city. So Khalid talked about coming back, and I love Mount Vernon. I think there's a ton of talent in Mount Vernon. I still have friends from middle school, elementary school that are doing amazing things in Mount Vernon, and they've kind of lost hope. They lost the hope that Ed was speaking about. And we're here to bring it back. I think it's important that you want to be involved. Cynthia Turnquest Jones was talking about going to city council meetings. You want to know about those things. And that's what we're trying to do. The city, it has been chaotic for years. And, he spoke about the people who point, who complain. That was me.
up until about a few months ago, right? And decided to, instead of complaining, step up and be the change that I wanted to see in the city. To get involved in the ways that I wanted to see in the city. And I'm thankful because I have a tribe behind me that follows me everywhere. And they knew when I started running for city council that we were running for city council, right? So, you know, I hear a lot of, I appreciate the support that I've been getting, but I want to impress upon you guys that it's important not to just support me or to just support Caitlin or to just support Ed. We have to get this entire slate in, because if we get one person in, we're still going to be in the chaos that we're in. With 3 votes, we have the power to change this city, and we need these 3 votes. So let me say it again: Ed Poteat, Cathlin Gleason, and Danielle Browne are the 3 votes that we need. So when you go out, you support me, please tell them about Cathlin Gleason. Please tell them about Ed Poteat, because Danielle Browne can't do it on her own. We need a tribe in City Hall. We need people who are like-minded. We need to move the city forward. Mount Vernon used to be the it city. People came to Mount Vernon to do everything. And somehow, some way, we let the egos in City Hall change all of that. We let people who are looking out for what's best for them change all of that. So we're here to bring it back. We're talking about integrity. I'm running with Caitlin and Ed because we have integrity. We care about the city. We're not looking to be mayor. We're not looking to be senator. We're not looking to be New York Assembly person. We want to change Mount Vernon, and how we do it is through legislation in Mount Vernon. Right? So I want everyone, please, to realize the only way we can do this is we have 2 months. June 22nd is the election. Early voting starts June 10th. So tell as many people as possible. I believe Eric and Joe are walking around with a clipboard. Please sign up. We talked about 1 hour. Eileen talked about 1 hour too. I'm asking to commit to a little bit more than 1 hour. If you got more than 1 hour, give us a little bit more than 1 hour, right? But we need people to get out. We need at least 30 people hitting the streets every single day. That's how we win an election. It's a numbers game. People have to know there's options, right? So some folks said to me, I didn't know there were other candidates. That's because we're out trying to get in front of people, and we have to do that all over the city. I'm talking Fleetwood, I'm talking South Side, West Side, everywhere, right? I need everybody to get involved. I need people to be engaged. I need you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. And most importantly, remember there are 3 candidates that we need to get into City Hall. Ed Poteat, Cathlin Gleason. Let me say y'all name one more time. Ed Poteat, Cathlin Gleason, and Danielle Browne. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna be hitting the streets soon, but I'm gonna pass it over to Joseph Fordyce.
Thank you. Give it up. So you heard from the 3 city council candidates. Are we excited? Are we gonna get them in? All right, good. And we have the honor of having Malcolm Clark. He serves this city. He's been serving this city for a very, very long time. And we appreciate him coming out and showing support for our candidates. And we want to hear what he has to say on behalf of the city.
Good morning. You love Mount Vernon? You love Mount Vernon? So we're gonna work hard to get Ed Poteat, Danielle Browne, and Cathlin Gleason in there. So I just wanted to come real quick and speak to y'all. I'm not here on behalf of the mayor. I'm here on behalf of Malcolm Clark. Just to put that out there, because Mount Vernon has been a place that I have loved. From when my aunt, who spoke earlier, used to bring me to city council meetings when I was 3 weeks old, crawling on the ground, screaming and yelling while she was in there, screaming and yelling, fighting for Mount Vernon, to now as the special assistant with my office right there, working hard to make sure that Mount Vernon returns to its former glory. A lot of people feel disenfranchised with Mount Vernon. They're tired of the infighting. They're tired of just the constant battles, the reputation of Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon used to be the place to be. 4th Ave used to be the place to be. Memorial Field used to be the place to be. 4th Street Playground used to be the place to be. And I know what it looked like. I love history. And I study it, and I look at it, and I remember how Mount Vernon used to be. And I know that with these 3 candidates, that's right, with these 3 candidates, that we can return Mount Vernon to what it used to be. Danielle Browne, Cathlin Gleason, Ed Poteat. There's been a lot of noise out there, a lot of noise. And I think that it's important that people realize that the future is now. The future is now. People keep talking about the children are the future. Well, the children have grown up, and the children are here to lead. That's why we have people like Danielle Browne, about a year older than me, went to high school together, who are here, who are going to lead the city into the future. Because guess what? You cannot lead a city if the children are not with you. For years, I've heard politicians speak about how, again, the children are the future, but we've sat here and we've defunded programs. We've lost critical institutions like the YMCA and other things. But guess what? We've never planned. We've never planned for it. That's why we have Ed Poteat, a planner, a person who has a vision. Mount Vernon hasn't had a vision. We haven't had a vision. And that's why we've been lost. We've had no direction. But that's why we are moving forward. We're moving forward together. When I worked on the mayor's campaign, we talked about believing again because people had lost hope. And so with Ed Poteat, Danielle Browne, and Cathlin Gleason, we can have hope again. And we can lead the city into a brighter future. So I appreciate y'all for coming out here. I know I'm gonna be knocking on doors and making phone calls because guess what? People, this election will be won by you. The election will be won by you. It doesn't matter how many mailers you send out, it matters how many doors you knock on, how many people you talk to. That's what matters. People matter. And it's time that City Hall as a whole realizes that the people matter. So I thank y'all. Please make sure y'all knock some doors today. Y'all get out, you fundraise, you do what you have to do, and you support these 3 candidates, Poteat, Browne, and Gleason. Thank you.
Poteat, Browne, and Gleason. Poteat, Browne, and Gleason. So we've heard for a few minutes now all this awesome stuff about Ed and all this awesome stuff about Cathlin and all this awesome stuff about Danielle. And everybody here loves these guys, and we want to see these guys in the council. But just like Malcolm said before, whether we can win or lose and whether we can get these guys in the council or not depends on us. This is the Mount Vernon Forward Army, right? And it's our job and it's our duty to put Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle's names and faces and stories into these voters' heads over and over and over again. If we can get Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle in front of these candidates 100 times, 200 times, 300 times between now and election day, that's what wins and that's what loses. So this is how we turn all this awesomeness into action, all right? I want everybody to take your phones out, take your phones out, take your phones out. Text me your name so that I have it and we can continue building this campaign forward. My name is Eric Crump. I'm the Field Operations Director, 646-796-4147. Text me your information now because we're gonna knock doors today and we're gonna knock doors next week and we're gonna knock doors the week after that. We're gonna make phone calls the week after that. We're gonna keep knocking and calling and talking to voters over and over and over again, right? The second thing you see on here is after you text me your information, I need you to go to the App Store and you're gonna download an app that looks like this. It's called Minivan or Minivan Touch, right? Minivan is how we do this in the 21st century way. How we get the information on the voters that we're talking to and the information on the voters that we're calling so that when we're at their door and we're telling them the story of Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle, it makes sense to them and we can do it in a smart, effective, meaningful way, right? Everything you heard today is what we're saying when we're at these doors. We're talking about how Ed is an urban planner and how Ed has a vision to build a comprehensive plan that revitalizes all of the districts of this city and adds retail and adds restaurants and adds entertainment and adds manufacturing and light industrial so that we have a tax base that we can build for the city. We're going to talk to these voters about Cathlin and how Cathlin is a nonprofit leader and a union leader and a small business owner and has been tied to this community for years, serves on the soup kitchen, all of these things, right? We're going to talk about how Danielle is from the South Side and is an attorney, right? And was one of the youngest legal counsels for an entire sports franchise in history, right? This is a big deal, right? And we're going to talk to these voters about these levels of distinctions that we have between these other candidates. These people know, just like you know, what has happened to this city, right? They know that some of the people who are still running for office again right now are the same incumbents and the same people who have caused problems in the city before, and that we're moving Mount Vernon in a new direction. We're moving Mount Vernon forward. So we're going to talk to them about how you don't have to keep signing up for the same thing that hasn't worked, that you can pick Ed and Cathlin and Danielle, and we can move this city forward with an entire council and a controller and a mayor all rowing in one direction and all doing something for the good of the city, right? and open a new chapter for this city. So when we're done here, we're gonna fan out into teams. Caitlin's gonna lead a crew, Ed's gonna lead a crew, Danielle's gonna lead a crew, I will lead a crew, Joseph will lead a crew, Priscilla will lead a crew. And we're gonna go around this city for hours today, knocking on doors, talking to voters. The minivan app, we'll teach you how to use it right now when we're done with the training, right? And it's super duper easy. It's just talking about these candidates, telling them about why this is the right choice for them, asking for their support now. And then we're gonna talk to them again, and we're gonna talk to them again, and we're gonna give them a voting plan. We're going to give them a plan of action and motivate these voters just like you're motivated to make sure that when early voting starts, they vote, and when mail-in voting starts, they vote, and when we come down here and we vote on June 22nd and get Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle into City Council. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we be the army for Mount Vernon forward, right? Starting from today and going over and over again through Election Day so that we can have Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle in City Council. There we go. You ready? Are we ready? We're ready.
All right. So let me introduce myself. My name is Joseph Fordyce Jr. Sorry if I haven't already. I'm the campaign manager for this great Mount Vernon Forward slate. And I want everybody to participate with me. You know, you did a great job with Eric. Candidates, please come up real quick. Ed, Danielle, Cathlin, we need to get the winning shot now. We need to get the winning shot now because the visualization, that's how you make it happen, right? So let's put our hands up in the air because these three already won. No, together. No, together. Hold hands. There we go. There we go. This is the money shot, everybody. We want to take this. We want to post it on Facebook right now. Share it with 20 friends. Make sure you like our Mount Vernon Forward page. All right? Make sure we have this money shot because this is what we're going to look at June 22nd. We're 9 weeks away, everybody. So thank you. Make sure you engage because you're looking at our next city council. Clap it up, clap it up. So, and we're gonna get a big group picture after the program. We're gonna do a big group picture, all right? So everyone with the 3 city council candidates, we're gonna do another money shot, and you guys are gonna be standing behind them because that's how they're gonna win. All right, but right now we're gonna finish off with the program. Thank you, Cynthia.
So it's been great hanging out with you today. I hope you remember that you are Harriet Tubman. You're Harriet Tubman who's not going to take no stuff. You're not scared of nothing neither. You didn't come in this world to be no slave and will not stay one either. You are going to make sure that you go and you reach out to others and you bring them out to vote. You're going to make sure that you reach out to others and let them know that they can go to City Hall and voice their opinion by calling 914-665-2332 before 3 p.m. on Wednesdays, the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of each month. Be Harriet. Go back 19 times. Save your sisters and brothers. And with that said, DJ will lead us out with the benediction.
Before the benediction, one more thing that we need y'all to do today is we need content, constant content on all of our social media pages to promote Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle, right? So right over here in front of the big banner, you see right now, Sharnetta is doing a 30-second testimonial, right? I need everybody here, before we go door knock, right when we're done here, we're gonna go right over here in front of the tree, just like she's doing, and talk about Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle, why they're your candidates. Real quick, 60 seconds, you just say, my name is Eric Crump, and I like Ed, Cathlin, and Danielle because I like the movement that they're doing in the city in terms of moving the city forward, ending the infighting, and being professional. And vote on June 22nd. Real short and simple, real easy like that. We need all of your faces. It can't just be the candidates. It has to be all of us together. So we're gonna go right over here and do real quick 30-second testimonials, okay? And then we're gonna door knock.
Brothers and sisters, let us pray. First of all, when I say Mount Vernon, you say forward. Mount Vernon? Hold on, that sounds like Eastchester, Tuckahoe, New Rochelle. I'm in money earning Mount Vernon. Once again, when I say Mount Vernon, you say forward. Mount Vernon? Forward. Mount Vernon? Forward. Let's bow our heads. In the name of Almighty God, the beneficent, the merciful, we give you thanks and praise for this day. We ask that you bless these candidates that have committed themselves with your mercy, with your grace and your protection. Shield them from the slander, the gossip that's just a part of Mount Vernon politics. Allow it to invigorate, inspire, allow them to grow and prosper. Allow them to keep their word bond. Allow them to wake up 1 hour earlier than the competition and go to bed 1 hour later than the competition. Send them angels or volunteers to help them, provide them all of the support that they need, and allow them to increase their vision. Allow them not just to lead, but just to listen. Listen to the people and come up with ideas how to concretize what is in their hearts, their souls, in their minds. The people need you. The people need leadership. The people need to trust again. And so we ask this prayer in the name of all of your wonderful and righteous servants. Everybody say, Amen. Amen. Thank you.